Hey guys, this is Matt Cross, and you are listening to the City Wrestling Radio Podcast. It can't be both radio and a podcast, but with you, yes it can.
What's going on, everybody? This is City Wrestling Radio, and this is Smack It, our Smackdown live recap and review show. I'm your host, Corey Smith, live in the Diamond Studio with my co-jeweler, my diamond in the rough.
In Diamond Street. My name is Jose Osigata. How's everybody doing? How are you doing?
I'm doing good today, sir. I'm a little tired, just a little tired. I don't know why. Sluggish today.
We all are, yeah.
I don't know why, but you know what? There's so much to get into, so much to talk about today. I don't want to waste any time. Guys, if you want to check out this show and all of our other shows, or at least the future episodes of this show, because you're already listening to this episode, find us at soundcloud.com/citywrestlingradio. Also across a plethora of other fine podcast delivery applications, including iTunes, Google, Stitcher, CastBox, and many, many more. Guys, we need you to do us a favor, though. Do us a solid. Follow us on YouTube. Just go to YouTube, search up City Wrestling Radio for all your latest City Wrestling Radio videos that we post all the time, because that's the future.
Yeah, I did it yesterday. Very easy to
City
find.
Wrestling Radio. Yeah, just City Wrestling Radio, and bam, right there. You see our beautiful orange and black
You probably don't even
logo.
have to type in the whole thing. City Wrestling, and then we pop up.
Exactly. It's just bam right there. But guys, go on there, like, share, subscribe, get on the ground floor. You want to be one. You want to let everyone know that you were one of the first. Like, you'd be like, when the other podcasts, when they have like, hey, that guy's been calling in since the good old days. Mm-hmm. You can be that person.
You are that guy.
You can be that person that likes City Wrestling Radio that long. Go find us on social media at CWR415, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, because we also let you know when we post a new episode. Audio episodes, the full-length episodes are, like I said, SoundCloud, iTunes, Google, Stitcher, and then our truncated, mini versions, which I call Mini-Sodes, would be on YouTube.
That's pretty cool.
That's at least what I just came up with right now on the top of my head. I think
job.
that's how I book myself into a bad position. Like, that's just like WWE making Asuka's undefeated streak.
Yeah.
I'm just like booking myself into a corner. I'm like, fuck, now I have to do something called a Mini-Sode. It's okay. But guys, let's get into... before we get into the news, guys, I need to let you guys know. We do have an announcement coming up. The City Wrestling Radio Grand Prix Tournament is coming up at the end of the month. Guys, there's probably a chance not everyone that's listening to this is going to be able to go there live, because it is it's at the Wolverley Club I believe, the jolly old England. Mm-hmm. So not everyone's going to be able to go, but our good friends at AWA are hosting their annual Grand Prix tournament this year, featuring the Muscles from Mansfield, Dickie Bowen, the two-time Wrestler of the Year, the Foxcatcher. Ooh. The Foxcatcher, yes, he will be there. World Fighting Showcase British Heavyweight Champion Lewis Blaine, and Brazil's Rainbow Warrior Fantasmo. Ooh, Phantasmo's going to be there. Last year's winner of the Grand Prix tournament was T.C. Brown. He went on to win the AWA World Heavyweight Champion. Ooh. So this is the City Wrestling Radio Grand Prix tournament.
Yes.
So, guys, who's going to win the City Wrestling Radio Grand Prix tournament? We will have all the results here on City Wrestling Radio. We'll also, maybe we'll have someone on the show in the near future to talk more about the combatants. I know our good friend, the modern day Savage, Chris Cage, will be. Mm-hmm. I don't think he's in the tournament, but he will be defending his championship gold at the show.
All right.
So, guys,
good luck.
Stay tuned to City Wrestling Radio for more details. But like I said, there's a lot to talk about today. Let's get into the news, shall we?
What's in the news?
So there's a couple things in the news today. I love how I start off the show. I'm like, there's a whole lot to talk about. And then I look at the news I wrote down. I'm like, oh, yeah, there's not a whole lot of news.
Yeah, it's one of those days.
But let's start off with, some good news from Monday Night Raw. Mm-hmm. Monday Night Raw started with their highest number since August 20th of 2018. WWE Raw pulled in an average of 2.9 million viewers. This is the highest since the follow-up to SummerSlam 2018, where Ronda and Reigns won their championship gold.
Okay, do you know what the highest hour was? The opening hour.
The first hour, yeah.
Of course.
This actually, WWE's first hour was the strongest first-hour ratings since August 23rd of 2018, which was the go-home show for the greatest Royal Rumble.
6 months ago.
No, it's almost a year ago. August. I'm sorry, April. April.
April. Oh, April.
April. My bad.
Yikes.
April 23rd was their go-home show for the Greatest Royal Rumble, and that's when they had their strongest first hour since then.
Right.
So that's some good news for them. At least they're rebounding a little bit.
That's huge.
But I don't know how long they're going to be able to keep it. I mean, they're not going to have like. I'm not saying like, oh, there's not going to be someone to come back from leukemia every week, but they're not going to have that level of announcement every week.
Yeah, and I don't want to call it a novelty because it's not. But once the quote-unquote novelty wears off,
No. Once Roman Reigns is back
and settled in,
there's eventually going to be people that be like, people are going to naturally drift back to the. Well, I don't really like him.
Yeah.
He's boring. You know what I mean? Because there's just naturally people who weren't fans of his, and that's fine. You know, you can not be a fan of his character.
I was one of them. Yeah.
I think if you felt, I think everybody though felt like, oh, hope you get better, dude.
Yeah.
And if you didn't, that's when you're kind of.
I'm in that boat.
Yeah, like
Dude,
I was never really
horrible news.
I was never a fan of his.
Yeah.
But that sucks. Get better, and now he's better. So good on you.
Yeah.
I hope you get. I hope you have a job for a long time and
I
get
hope
paid
when
a lot of money.
And I hope
you're
when you did
very
that
healthy.
movie, they spent a little extra cash on some acting lessons.
On Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
I mean, he just needs to be natural, dude.
Yeah.
He was just super natural Monday night, so he came across really good.
Yeah.
And the crowd was super hot too. The whole night was booked as like, Ric Flair's birthday.
Yeah.
And yeah, man, I don't know. We'll see what happens next week on Monday Night Raw. See if the numbers continue. But I doubt it.
Yeah.
I don't know. Next up in the news, we have new signings to AEW. We have actually a bunch of new signings all around in the world of professional wrestling today. So it was announced earlier this morning that UK indie star Bay Presley is now the newest member of All Elite Wrestling. AEW's chief branding officer, Brandy Rose, revealed Presley will be joining the team on the latest episode of Road to Double or Nothing web series. It's kind of like being the Elite, but it's the Double or Nothing branded
version.
one. Yeah. She says, "We have gotten a lot of the go-ahead for one of my favorite female wrestlers," Brandy tells her husband Cody Rhodes before confirming that she's talking about Bay Priestley. She's literally the type of person that we look for, somebody who's paved her own path, done her own thing, knows who she is. Brandy added, "I think she's great." The only problem Cody had was that she's a pug owner. Because he has what is it? An Alaska? I can't remember. It's one of those beautiful white dogs.
Yeah, it's a husky.
Husky, yeah, I believe it's a husky. I'm probably wrong. It's probably one that's very close to a husky.
Yeah, it's a wolf-looking thing.
He's got a wolf. Yeah, let's just say Cody's got a wolf.
Yeah.
And she's also that's Will Ospreay's girlfriend.
Oh, Bay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So that's Will Ospreay's. And I'm not, like I said, Michael has always said on the show, we can never judge somebody by the person they date. And I agree.
Yeah.
But that is, that's out there, and they do date. So.
Yeah, well, the travel.
And I met them both at Hot Topic one time.
Oh, cool.
It was cool, but it was awkward because I said something to him when he was obviously wanting to be left alone. I was like, "Oh, what's up, Will?" He was like, "I might," and I was just like, "Just keep on walking.
Yeah.
Keep walking, dude. Don't even bother him at that point." But,
So they're really filling out that women's division, huh?
I mean, yeah, they're filling out the women's division, the tag division. We'll see who else gets signed. They have Britt Baker signed there. That's Adam Cole's girlfriend, or was it wife? I don't know if they got married. Did they get married? I can't remember. But Dr. Britt Baker's there, so so it's interesting to see who else will get signed to this women's division.
Yeah, they're almost at a full capacity, right?
You would think so. I mean, at least to start a couple programs, you don't want to start like oversigning talent at that
with
point.
50 men, 50 women.
I mean, you could be like the WWE and sign everybody.
No, that would be a mistake.
But continuing with that story, with WWE signing everybody, WWE has confirmed 5 new additions to the NXT United Kingdom roster. It was officially announced today that Ilya, okay, I'm going to mess this name up, Ilya Rukober, which he also goes by Ilya Dragunov, Kaylee Ray, Jazzy Gabbert, who Jazzy Gabbert was in the first Mae Young Classic, if you remember her. She was the very tall German lady who didn't get to compete, didn't get signed to WWE because I believe she had some sort of medical issue that she wasn't able to. She had to have surgery.
Yeah, I heard about
for
that.
I think a shoulder issue.
I
Allegedly, I
remember,
can't remember if it was shoulder.
Yeah.
But it was a surgery she had to get, and WWE couldn't sign her until she got it. But now she signed, so good on her.
All right.
I'm happy for her that now she's signed, and that's gonna be great seeing her.
She was a monster, right?
Yeah, she's tall, man, and she's gonna be great going up. 'Cause that women's division over there is NXT UK, it's a little thin, man. You have we have Rhea Ripley, we have Tony Storm, but then after that, Xia Brookside, okay, but after that, it's like Candy Floss, Isla Dawn, Genie. Like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like,
where do you go with yeah.
Yeah, where do you go with Genie?
Yeah.
I don't know, the Maxinista herself. Let's see, where I said Jazzy Gabbert, Primate Jay Melrose, and Oliver Carter have now signed with WWE for the NXT UK. WWE.com noticed that the 5 wrestlers joining the team's the NXT's roster will join the Performance Center, the UK Performance Center in North London.
Who runs that center? Do you know?
I believe, I don't know. I know
Someone we're not familiar with.
Yeah, because Robbie Brookside runs the one in Florida. I thought he's definitely in Florida because I just saw a video of him pulling practical jokes. Did you see that video?
Ribs.
Like they were like inviting people into the office and they were just like coming out from behind the door.
Yeah,
the trainers were. Yeah, I'm like, dude, that's like I don't want to work. No, they were having fun, but you know what I mean. So like I said, Kaylee Ray and Gabbert were introduced in the NXT UK when they were shown in the front row for NXT TakeOver Blackpool last month. Both wrestlers were participants in the first Mae Young Classic. Kaylee Ray made her NXT in-ring debut last weekend's tapings. Was also featuring in the debut of the former Mae Young Classic entrant Piper Niven. So Piper Niven is rumored to be getting signed sometime soon too by WWE, and she's She's also a great wrestler, Yeah. Gabbert was set to sign with WWE after her appearance in the first Mae Young Classic. Oh, it was a neck injury. That's what a neck injury disqualified her from being able to sign. Then she went on surgery in January 2018. Melrose has already wrestled in NXT UK episodes as a part of a team with Wild Boar Mike Hitchman. And Carter is from Switzerland and has wrestled at WXW. WXW, I've never heard of that.
Me neither.
But it sounds like a crazy promotion, with that giant X in the middle.
Extreme Wrestling.
Yeah. So that's good on them. 5 new additions to the NXT UK roster. I can't wait to see what happens. Next up in the news, our final piece of news today. Continuing with our UK news. You might as well keep it on that side of the pond before we hop back over.
Sure.
It was announced today that the Progress World Heavyweight Championship and the Atlas Championship, which is their mid-card title, but for heavyweights.
And Intercontinental.
Kind of, but it's still considered like a main title. They're going to be unified, so it's okay.
Okay. Like the Division X title in TNA.
It kind of, yeah. So we have the Atlas Championship, which is held by Mustache Mountain's Trent Severin versus the Progress Heavyweight Championship holder Walter. So they announced earlier that they're going to be going at it. Let's see, I did not write it down. Oh, May 5th. It's going to go down May 5th at their Progress event. So keep an eye out for that. Maybe we'll do it for a wrestling show and tell if they don't charge us an arm and a leg to freaking watch it.
Right.
Sometimes I want to watch things like that, but they're like
$45.
Or not, it's like $20. I'm like, okay, I don't know, man. It's hard. You know what I mean? Like when you pay for New Japan, you pay $10 a month and you get all that stuff, or WWE, I don't know.
Yeah, and then they ask.
I support indie wrestling. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just hard to watch everything.
Give me a link.
For everything, you know what I mean?
Guys, give me a link.
No, I mean I'll buy a shirt. Yeah, there we go. That's what I'll do. I'll buy a shirt. I'll buy a Walter shirt off Pro Wrestling Tees.
Just give me a link.
All right, that was the news, guys. Let's get into some Smackdown. Smackdown happened last night from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Charlotte, North Carolina.
Jose, what'd you think overall of the show?
I thought I had fun. I dug it. A lot of surprises. Some things.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff that happened last night. It
Especially
was kind of
early.
Similar to Monday Night Raw, where a lot of random things happened.
Yeah.
I don't like this this copy and paste with the Becky storyline.
I'll tell you why that's happening.
Yeah.
Do you want me to tell you now?
You can. Yeah, sure.
This is a way for Vince to write himself off of TV.
Get me out of here. I'm crazy.
Yeah, exactly. They're going to do the senile thing.
I'm just going to piss my kids off.
The kids are going to get pissed off. They're going to jump in with Triple H.
Hey, Dad, the other 2 kids don't want to talk to you, but I'll talk to you, Dad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And they're going to, steal the company from him.
They'll probably have a Vince-Shane match because that's probably the only match Vince can have.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because he's not doing Triple H. Triple H is hanging with Batista.
He's a game. He's hurting my other dad, Ric Flair. Yeah, so that's really cool. KO's back. I guess they switched up KO and Kofi Kingston because it was rumored that Daniel Bryan was going to face a returning roster member at Mania, but I guess they switched that up
because there's so much heat on Kofi.
Yeah,
or good heat,
or not? Yeah, not heat, but heat on Daniel Bryan, and the push for Kofi Kingston. It's
an unexpected pop that he's getting.
I wouldn't be surprised if he walks out of Mania with that WWE Championship belt.
I wouldn't be surprised either.
But guys, I would say don't get too carried away because the way everyone's looking at it right now, I mean, what Kofi wins, Becky wins, Rollins wins. It's not going to happen all in one night, guys.
No.
So let's realize that and calm ourselves down.
Yeah.
Because until we actually think about what's going to happen.
Wouldn't you rather have Kofi, Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania instead of Fastlane?
Oh, if he's going to win, yeah.
Yeah. No, either way.
That's the
if
thing
he was
is,
going to win or lose, I take it. I take him at WrestleMania. I think he'd have a more entertaining match with him.
If he loses at Mania, I'm going to be a little pissed.
It'll
be a little similar to the.
If Becky wins, I won't mind at all
because they're playing the oppressed. We'll get into it.
Yeah.
We'll get into it on the full recap of the show. Matt Hardy's return. That was a definite surprise.
Yeah.
Nobody saw that coming.
And he's looking great.
We were robbed of a Gargano-Cesaro match, but hey, whatever. The R-Truth Open Challenge. Apparently he's younger than Cena. And hey, you know what? It was a great match. It was only a couple minutes, but hey, it was a fun match.
Very fun. Match of the night. Match of the week.